Welcome to the 30th of August 2020, and it really is starting to feel like the end of summer. However, across the front of the house there is still a wonderful froth from all the cosmos. As long as you keep deadheading them, they keep on going. And they are so delicate, and yet they're really tough plants. Very good doers, as my mum would say. These have been a great success this year, although they do need some support. We find that they do better grown through something else. But it is all about the dahlias at this time of the year. These are two new ones. I now can't remember their names, but they were very nice. And this is an annual aster and a perennial aster. Neither of them now, of course, called aster, but they go very well together. And looking out under the birch trees, there's a lovely sensation of movement from the grass, and then you get the view out to the orchard, where, again, this is the orchard season. The trees are groaning with fruit, and this very red apple has been much admired. I think it's Discovery, it's called, but it's just a proper, here my pretty, have an apple kind of a tree. The pond is looking lovely. There's still lots of little insects buzzing around, and, a lot of the wildflowers have gone over to seed heads, but seed heads have their own glory. And they just stay there and dance in the wind. And the effect against the distant mature trees is simply magical. The hedges are filled with berries and thorns. But up in the corner by the hunky-punk bench, the foliage effect is still strong, and then there's this little low-growing aster, which is very, very nice there. And it sort of snuggles in around the stonework with the little fern there as well. But in the big curved bed, it is the dahlias that are kind of the star of the show, these giant red ones, although, your eye can't help noticing the apples on the wall. And again, more seed heads, all looking glorious in this late summer. And this rose, which I had been a bit disappointed in, is just trying to obviously curry favour and is now looking glorious. Through the back here, it's all a bit of a tangle now, but it's a very happy tangle. The bees clearly prefer the simple geraniums to my rather elegant dahlias, but, that's their own choice. And again, in the hotbed, the dahlias are all over the place, but so are the helenium, and the canna leaves have put on a huge amount of growth. They're looking wonderful. And this orange dahlia is a real eye-catcher, particularly against the dark foliage. Bishop of Llandaff, you've got to love it. But the chrysanthemum against the canna is a very good combination. And as you look across the terrace, it's all much sort of cooler and silvery blues over there. And just, you get that borrowed bit of colour. And one beautiful, stately flower, staking its bit. The bees, again, just loving the seedlings, which are colouring up more and more each week. But from that top of the lawn, you get a view back to the secret garden, where the grasses are statuesque beyond belief. And into this little shady corner, it is all rather lovely. The little Mexican fleabane is everywhere, and it gives a gorgeous romantic effect. And in the middle, I've got these two clumps of the cardoons, which are very statuesque. And then just along the edge, there's just this series of little seed heads and flower heads, which you see against the view. And this Persicaria amplexicaulis, I gave it the wrong name last week. And this little aster munch. It's quite low growing, but it's so many flowers. The glory of this bed, however, are these giant dinner plate dahlias, which glow when they're backlit by the sun, and it's simply stunning.